everybody. Today I'm joined by my friend Derek McQuiston, who, like me, played linebacker, and he also played some defensive line and high school, some running back. But the point of today's conversation is to talk to you guys at home who are getting prepared for a season in the fall, and that's what we're going to talk about today, preparation. So Derek and I take care of concussions and shoulders and knees and backs. But right now, what we want to give you is an opportunity to stay fit at home. So you're not getting to the gym. How are you staying powerful? What things are you doing in your apartment?
All right, so what I have here, I just have a couple textbooks, like 4 of them. It's about 4 inches, and I'm just going to show a drop jump here. So basically all we're going to do, we're going to be here, and what we're focusing on is having minimal ground contact time, and all that means is that we're not on the ground for very long, aka the ground is lava. So I'm going to drop, explode off the ground, and jump as high as I possibly can. So I'm just here, there.
And you think that even just a few inches, just like that, with a couple of textbooks at home, is enough to get the explosive power that you're looking for?
What we're trying to do, the weight doesn't matter as much as we're just trying to be efficient and using our stretch shortening cycle. A lot of times football guys are going to be big guys anyways. So you're not going to really, like, the height of the box is not as important as the quickness off the ground and how high we can jump after hitting the ground. It's all about efficiency, not so much about weight.
Better to do one solid, excellent rep than to do 10 not so good reps. Yeah, so visualizing this exercise, maybe rewind the video, watch Derek, how he's hitting the ground, accelerating up.
So with plyometrics, you have to keep in mind it's a very high contact exercise. So I know the NSCA, if you're new to plyometrics, they're going to want less than 80 contacts per session. If you're going to nail all 80 in one day, then you're going to need at least 3-4 days to recover. But if you want to kind of break it up into less reps a day, say 40 or so, play around with that and just see kind of how your body responds. Because what I don't want is I don't want you guys to take this information and then start overloading with plyometrics. Recovery is just as important as the actual exercise.
So you have to be very methodical in your progression with these types of exercises. And this doesn't replace your distance running or your base training.
If you can get out to a park early in the morning when nobody's out, maintain social distancing, wearing a mask, maintaining all the things that you're supposed to, I think that's good. Go for like 30 minutes or so.
Basic 30 minutes, 4 times a week kind of thing, 3 times. What do you recommend?
I would say, well, I think, you don't want to do too much, especially if you're a football guy, because you don't want to, turn into a non-football guy by running too much. So a couple of times a week, I think it'd be okay. So football guys, we're not looking at the season starting until the fall. So I think for you can really hit the strengthening exercises pretty hard right now. More emphasizing hypertrophy, just trying to get big muscles, right?
And they're home and they're trying to stay motivated. They're following their routine. They're waking up early. They're getting to bed on time. They're eating right. A skilled position and you need some more speed, maybe you do a little bit more in terms of the cardiovascular and the speed work. And if you're a big O lineman or D lineman, maybe you're going to focus more on the strength work.
Really, right now, I think, let your imaginations run wild with these things. If you can't develop load with actual barbells and weights, load up some backpacks, grab some water jugs, throw them in a bag. The great thing about bags is it kind of just puts everything together. So with my bag I'm going to show today, there's a 50-pound kettlebell in there, and then there's just a bunch of textbooks. So
even a bag of flour, just don't tell your mom, right?
Yeah. I have a setup with some boxes. It's about 4 inches, and all it is just a few books. Right here I have a Patagonia bag, and it's loaded with a 50-pound kettlebell and some textbooks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this with a double underhand grip. I'm going to elevate my front leg here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step back, keep my core tight, and just here. 1.
You're getting that double underhanded grip, and you said keep your core tight. Can you show us what that means?
I think if I was about to punch you in the gut, right, you would really tense up. That's what we want to think about, right? We don't want to be overextended. Want to keep our rib cage down like I'm about to punch you in the gut.
So we're going to get ourselves ready. Before we pick up that bag, before we get on that squat, we're going to get our core engaged, and we're going to keep it engaged, and we're going to take ourselves through that movement as many times as we can do it clean. The goal here is to be clean and efficient.
Yeah, and we really want to load the bag as much as we can so that we can only do, 10 reps tops. And the good thing about the double underhand grip is it really kind of facilitates core activation just in itself, which is why I really like it, and I use it in rehab a lot.
Beautiful. Take us through another strength exercise, Derek.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the stack back. And so before we just did a front foot elevated split squat or a reverse lunge with our front foot elevated. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to do a split squat with our rear foot elevated. For you weightlifters out there, this is called a Bulgarian squat. But again, I have this double underhand grip. I'm just elevating my back leg. I'm here. I'm just going down, touching with the knee here, coming up. You'll feel a nice stretch in the back hip, and we want to control our front knee. Here, core tight.
So that knee, that front knee is coming over the toe. Is that right, Derek?
Yeah, so we're here, not here.
We've got two great lower body exercises so far. We've got glutes involved, hammies are involved, quads are involved. This is lower body, big muscles. Now we're going to go through two exercises for the upper body. So Derek, take us through some upper body work.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to take the bag that we were just holding with the double underhand grip. We're just going to put it on our back, okay? So in this bag, I've got about 90 pounds, right? So I'm going to be here. Just have my hands about shoulder width apart. I'm here. I'm keeping my core tight. I'm not extended. I'm here. 1, 2. I think it's very important, especially for football players, when we're doing pressing motions, to keep our elbows tight, because I've never seen somebody block effectively like this. So we're here. See my core's tight. I'm not extended. Keep my elbows tight.
Excellent. So we've got a guest appearance as well, but the thing to take into consideration there is how flat that back is and how much that core is engaged. So same rule, act as if you're about to get punched in the gut and keep the core tight. So we've got the pecs and we've got the delts going. We've got some tricep work there. What about the other side? What about the reverse? Can we get some lat work or some back work in here as well?
Yeah, I think, again, keeping it with the same bag that we've used, right? So this bag is 90 pounds. So we're here, lift it up here. We're just gonna bend over right here. Some rows, some bent over rows in here. So this is nice because it gets our hamstrings and our scap retractors involved.
So in that position, you're pulling the shoulder back into position. You're keeping it locked in, keeping that core strong again. And let's think of those muscles that hold our shoulder blade against our body as part of our core. And then we're going to stay in that nice plane, core engaged, hamstrings engaged, and you're working in a real clean pattern there. There's nothing sloppy. So if you can do 4 or 5, fantastic. Let's not get to a place where we're getting sloppy. Everything that you're doing is efficient, it's neat, and it's to the point.
So this is a core exercise in itself. We want to stay in that erect position there, keeping our shoulder blades back. I always like to cue keeping our shoulder blades in our opposite back pockets. So we're there. We have our chin tucked, and the only thing moving is our arms. We're not swinging. We're not doing anything like that to gain momentum.
Okay. So again, you're MacGyvering this at home. You're finding a way to get it done. So Derek's got some cones, looks professional. If you don't have cones, grab some paper cups.
So we're going to work on some lateral movement here into a powerful extension at the end. So this one, we're going to be on all fours. We're here in this bear crawl position. I'm moving as quickly as I can through the cones, and I'm exploding through the wall at the very end. So I'm here, and I'm going to go slow the first time and then go fast the second. So I'm just here, bam, 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 powerful, right into the wall. So to go a little faster, we're here, bam. Really working on the powerful hip extension at the very end.
So this is a great exercise if you're a lineman, a linebacker, fullback, somebody who needs that power and explosion. But even if you're a wide receiver or a running back, this is an exercise that's going to develop your lateral movement, your body control, and definitely is going to increase some of your explosive power and explosive strength.
Yep. So taking yourself from going laterally and then making a cut basically and going linearly. So that could be a pulling lineman,
a wide receiver, running back, really anybody who's out on the field and has to make cuts, which is everybody.
Really great. We've got really great work here. We've got basic cardiovascular. We've got some strengthening. We've got a little plyometric exercise, plyometric work, and we've got some explosive speed, quickness, lateral movement. All of these things in a very small space, things you can do from where you are.
It's just control what you can control. You know, keep eating right, keep staying hydrated, go to bed. Those are going to be 3 things that you can control regardless of exercise. And then with exercise, I would just say pick a routine and stick with it. So if you're going to do it, don't just do it like here, there, everywhere. Do it and be consistent.
Consistency is the key. It's those small gains that make the difference. That's really great advice. Get on the grind, stay with it, be methodical, and I hope to see you all soon. Great job, Derek. Thanks for taking us through the exercise today.